Welcome back to you, honey buns. ChainLink is up plus 20%. It is pumping because of the release of CCIP, and a few whales have woken up and smacked $6 million of spot buys. Other DeFi coins are still asleep. We're going to go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, the global outlook of what's going on for crypto, and we're going to go through some DeFi coins. I want you to understand what the actual play here is and what's going on. As you can see, we've been waiting such a long time for ChainLink. There's so much history here. I've made so many videos on it too. This is a very short time frame. This is a 3-minute chart. This is actually meaning nothing. It's nice to see this big fat green action to the sky, but there's so much more to come. You see, on a weekly chart, we actually haven't moved anywhere. It's like, wow, look at you. You done absolutely nothing. Okay, we got a long way to go. Where can we possibly go? We're probably going to go up to this zone up here. I don't know when, don't know how, but I'm going to show you how we get there, okay? We can uncover some things. You know, you can also put a weekly SuperTrend on ChainLink right now, and you can see it is just about to proc. Look at this. Wow, we are just turning green, like right here. So, look, I don't ever advocate for any leverage, but if you put a water pistol to my head, you said, I'm going to squirt you if you get this one wrong. If this closes above here, if we literally close above this price, above $7.90 for ChainLink, you basically go all in. Now, I'm not telling you to go all in. You can do what you want. It can go to zero, but this is basically what you've been waiting for in terms of trying to time it. A lot of people are in sleepy mode. They're not paying attention to their phone. It's actually, if you wait for moments like these, yes, if you are in and paying attention in that 7 to 14 day period, this is actually better to time it and get a higher return. But for the most part, it's actually, this is what you actually find, friends. You probably want to know, why shouldn't you just wait for a weekly flip for every single coin you want to buy? But here's the problem. The problem is I know what actually makes the most in the long term. What makes the most is having the most exposure. So yes, theoretically, in a perfect world, let's say somebody just had $10,000. They had $10,000 they wanted to put into ChainLink. Theoretically, yes, now you go in, you put in that 10K. But what I've actually noticed is, if they are watching this whole bear market down, if they are watching it go down and down and down and then fake out literally 6 times and everything's a scam, what I've noticed is people will not pull the trigger. They will not put 10K here. They won't. What I've seen people do is they'll put like 1. They'll put 1K. They'll end up actually allocating the rest of the 10K all the way back up like here. This is just what I've seen over and over again. Even the most tried, disciplined people, they basically, the bear market made them weak. It makes you complacent. Remember, we're in the disbelief phase for the bears. The disbelief phase is when we start going up from the bear market. But because they've been on the sidelines in such a great, advantageous spot, they feel so good. There's like no way can they get back into the market. There's just too much volatility. They're seeing it go down and down and down and down and down like so many times, okay? So something interesting to learn. So what I've actually noticed is it's actually better. I know this is rougher mentally, but you actually win harder at the end, right? So no pain, no gain. It's better you just throw in all, let's say you have your 10K in somewhere in this zone. What I've found is people will get more used to the investment. You will start to understand it more, start to see it more. And over time, what happens is you might find that by the time it actually comes to flip green, flip bullish, people who had 10K before, they might say, you know what? I've actually got like another 3,000 saved up. I've got another 4,000 saved up. I've got some savings here and there. I want to put it in. I'm feeling better about this now because I do have more time to research and think about it. But if they just go all in at one point, it's very hard for them to have the emotional discipline to sit through it. And we can go back to the beginning of ChainLink history to see how far it's gone when it's flipped green. Now, these aren't perfect, okay? We're starting in 2018, 2019. So in one time, okay? One time it went up another 800%. This was at the very beginning, friends, so don't worry about this. ChainLink was at 35 cents. So yeah, when it flipped green on the weekly, 800% on this one. Now, this one was a fake out. It went up another 50%. Isn't that fantastic before the fake out? For this one, after it flipped green, 322%. So you've got a 9x, you've got a 4x, you've got plus 50%. And now we have the fourth one. So this is the average here. So you had a plus 9x, plus 4x, plus 50%. What people tend to do is they'll take the average of these and they'll go, oh, the average of these is 4x. So ChainLink is going to go up to $32. Now, I hope it does, but we don't know, okay? Because we are a bigger market cap. Despite what people say, yes, market cap matters, liquidity matters, we are bigger, the user base is now higher, it's harder to go more parabolic. But this is one of the biggest days in Chainlink history. This is the 14th biggest day it's had. It's about plus 20%. Fantastic, isn't it? And the real chart we want to look at is Link ETH, all right? Link ETH is the real chart we want to look at. Chainlink versus Ethereum. All of these others are useless, all right? You Link USD, doesn't really matter. We want to look at what Chainlink's doing against Ethereum. I don't know where it's going to go. And yes, it looks terrible on a linear chart. Of course they do. But I'm hoping we return to some sort of glory back around here in this zone. So I'm hoping Link ETH is 0.02. You can see it on the right-hand side. What this means is Chainlink will be 2% of Ethereum's price. So we might find Ethereum is $3,000 here. So 3,000 times 0.02, you have a $60 link. That's crazy to think about because that means Chainlink would break its high of $50. Are we going to get there? I don't know. These things can take a long time. But hey, we've been sinking since May 2021. It's been a long time. Maybe we just grind up, float up. That's why these numbers start to get bigger. But this is what the chart says. If you think that Chainlink is going to expand the DeFi universe, which it already has with CCIP and everything else, then this is a bet you almost have to take. And I'm going to show you why. And I have a beautiful post here from yours truly, friends. Look at this. I tried to tell them. So this is a bit of a joke tweet, okay? So there's still time, but I tried to tell them. Here we go. So it's one of my Chainlink videos. I've made many of them. Chainlink plus 2,500% because it has no competition. Okay, this is 25x. This is what I believe. Okay, so look at this. Chainlink's just getting started, but you can buy any other DeFi coin. You can buy a few of them. You can buy the index. You can do that. I just personally, I don't like them, and I'm going to show you why. Uni is just a governance token. Now, Uniswap is great. Uniswap is fantastic. The technology is great, except there are no unicorns. If they made me marketing manager, I would make sure Uni is like number 3 or number 4 on CoinGecko. 100%. If I was hired as that, and obviously they can't even pay me enough, but I'll tell you, that's how I would absolutely crush it. You have the easiest thing to meme into existence, the unicorns. There are no unicorns on Twitter. Go bag out Hayden, which is the founder. Go bag out Uni. No one comes for you. No one cares. No one's there because they know it's a useless governance token. They know Uni only cares about the insiders. It's funded by VCs. They don't care about people. With Chainlink, there are Link Marines, okay? There are so many memes made about it. We care about the token. With Uni, they don't care about the token, all right? They've already made it, all right? Even though the Chainlink founders have all made it, it's a different vibe. I just can't sleep at night knowing that it's a different field like this. By the way, I still think Uni does just as well as Chainlink. I really do. It's just, if Uni doesn't do as well based on the token, then it would be very sucky to go through that experience because you would know why it didn't. Curve as well is a stablecoin DEX, but Curve, the founder literally went all in to buy $60 million of property. Yes, he's a genius. Yes, he's very smart, but he went and did this Aave protocol loan where if the Curve token drops, he's in debt like 200 million or whatever, and he literally liquidates the whole project. So I don't like that, to be honest, and Curve's pretty poopy with the inflation. For example, this is the Curve chart. You can see, you can see this super inflation here. Maybe Curve goes up, but there's no tokenomics for it. There's a 4-year vesting lockup. I don't like it. It seems just like it's a great useful tool. It's made a lot of people money, but Curve is the inflation dump token. It's just very hard to make any sense of it. Curve is almost like ink in Pulse Chain. It's just like it's handed out for inflation, but there's going to be no extra speculation on Curve. Now they're trying to do things, but it's very hard to sit through it. And look, I really hope these things do go to the top. But hey, if you do your research, it's very hard for you to bet and hope that these things turn around. We also have Synthetix. Now, Synthetix has OG people. This is a joke here. Synthetix has 13 users. It really doesn't have too many users. They're trying to do stuff decentralized. Yes, they have the perpetual trading. I don't know how it's all going to go, but there's just too many rumors of the founder dumping for property and all these coins. It's very hard for me to make the case that I can see this being the future because Synthetix has competition. It has a lot of competition. And Curve, Synthetix, they all have competition. Uni's got competition. They all do. Chainlink has no competition. None. It's literally in a blue ocean water, okay? You also have Maker. Maker here, fighting climate change, a founder. They're redoing tokenomics, but the coin just won't go up. It just, for some reason, just won't go up. No one wants to buy it. Look, I know for some reason, people have always asked, why doesn't it go up? Well, I know why it doesn't go up. There's no community. There's no network effect. They literally just plotted something along. It's literally like, if you go to Maker forums, you'll see it's exactly like a government process. There are all these anonymous avatar people, and it's just people, I'm not joking, they're typing nicely worded paragraphs. There are no memes, there are no jokes, there's nothing. It's all like full professional people. It's basically, it reminds me of, if you know anybody who's ever worked in government office, it's like that. Super boring, super bland, doing all this. The founders are rich, nobody cares about the token. That's it, okay? Also, Wi-Fi said getting arrested by the feds. It's just a joke as well, okay? So when you're looking at Wi-Fi, Yearn, it has competition as well. It's meant to yield farm other protocols, but it's, how can you make a case that this is going to be safe for the next 5 to 10 years? It's so easy. I mean, you're relying on other protocols to hand out yield. Now, it is like a decentralized hedge fund, they call it, but you're relying on them to actively manage it. They have a process with how they pay people and put them on the payroll, but honestly, I used to have all of these friends. I used to have every single one of these. And then I just realized before the bear market hit, I was like, you know what? Chainlink's the winner. That's it. Like, none of these have done anything. So I have no regrets. I thought Yearn, Maker, Synthetix, I thought they would all put tokenomics in. I thought Uni, they would flip the switch, but none of them did. So I thought, you know what? None of them are flipping the switch. You can use whatever label you can, but the Chainlink dudes are. It is what it is. And I have some cute comments here just to go through. Crypto Nova, I just bought more Link. So I've got Link, Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Hex. Obviously, damn, I'm sure I'm going to get there or die trying. Thank you very much. So you are welcome. But here I've got an interesting comment from WitchX saying, we cannot spread capital into so many other projects. So please, friends, when you go through my comments, please read these comments. So Link token is needed, okay? So I know, unfortunately, I run out of space. I can't explain everything. So yeah, I wanted to just make this for my video, for content for you, but this unfortunately, Mr. Witch X probably thinks that we're actually speaking about these coins being useful. They're not. They are useless. That's why I said Uni is a governance token. Like, no one cares. The Curve founder went all in. So yeah, maybe with English, it's a bit hard to see like the sarcasm where we're saying like these people don't even really care, right? So I even said Synthetix has 13 users. So yeah, just wipe them all out. That's why Chainlink has no competition. I have it here in the video here, right? The video title. Chainlink has no competition. The rest do. But luckily for you, you like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. I appreciate every single one of you. We're here to shock the algorithm. Share with your friends and family. We're going to change the game. And of course, right, I love answering this question. So Mikey, okay, Mikey is asking, what is the Link token going to be used for exactly? You also have Nixon saying, I got sick of your Chainlink post, so I bought 1,000 next week. Thank you very much, friends. That's why I do this. Wouldn't you want someone like me who's like, hey man, this is not a 1000x win, okay? We're too late for that. But this is an Ethereum beater, all right? If I say something's gonna beat Ethereum, friends, if anybody says anyone is gonna beat Ethereum, you just gotta go up on their ETH chart. That's it. So, I mean, even Mikey asking, right, what's a Link token? So what's it going to be used for exactly? Firstly, it's already used, but I don't know if they flipped the switch or not. Honestly, you don't even need to worry too much about the weeds like that. But as a very quick synopsis, you have all these protocols, okay? You have Aave, you have Synthetix, okay? You have other degen coin, okay? You might have NFT cards, whatever they are, okay? You have all these other projects here. They all exist, but they are only limited to what they can do on the blockchain. They need an external source to make them super smart, all right? It's literally, you know what it's the same as? It's the same as how much information do you know? If I come and ask you a random question, like how long is the river Nile, right? How long is this river? You're like, well, I don't really know. I know other stuff. I know there is a river. I kind of know it's a northern hemisphere, but I don't know how long it is, right? Well, if I give you a phone in your hand, now you can Google it, right? Now I've turned you from a normal okay person to literally a genius. You might even say your phone is an oracle. So the phone is providing you data. You might say, well, the phone itself is not exactly making me smart. It's access to the data. And that's true. That's exactly true. So whoever has access to this data is going to be super smart. And what do you mean by super smart here? So super smart, so Chainlink makes the smart contracts actually smart. That's what it does, all right? Now, it's not going to do it for free because it's hosting data. It's allowing all these data sources to plug in. So if you have an application, what you're going to do is, and this is what's already been happening, right now, you are just super basic, okay? You're just super basic. Let's just do like one Apple here, okay? You're not doing much you're not doing much on your application. It is innovative right now, but in the next 5 years, they're adding more complexity. They're doing stuff, friends. I can give you one example. For example, there's a protocol called Swaap with 2 A's, SWAAP. And what they do is they allow you to do liquidity providing with them. But what they use smart liquidity providing. And I read up, how do they make it smart? Do they have some sort of genius strategy? Well, this is what the thing is. They use the Oracle to go to Binance. So they'll use ChainLink, okay? They'll use ChainLink data to get price feeds from Binance. So here we go. So ChainLink has got data from Binance. Here we go. It's the connection. And then this Swaap protocol I'll show you right now. Don't touch Swaap. Don't buy Swaap. I don't even know if they have a coin, by the way. So just giving you an example. What these guys will do is to beat everybody else in the Uniswap liquidity pool, they're going to go to the Chainlink data and go, hey, grab us the price feeds and the action, what's happening right now. You might be wondering, how is that useful to do that? Isn't everything on Uniswap already? No, here's the problem, okay? Uniswap is very slow. It's the last minute DEX movement for trading and liquidity because there's payment and slippage and it's expensive to pay fees. So if you're going to arbitrage, you grab the lowest hanging fruit first, which is on the exchanges. And then once the exchanges are done, everybody fights for whatever's resting on Uniswap, okay? Now, but here's what's going to happen, right? So these guys who do the liquidity providing, for example, you're pulling and pushing. So I don't know if you know, with liquidity providing, the only reason we make money is because you basically leave your order there. The rest of the market goes down, and then someone comes and takes your order, okay? So let's say somewhere else, the market starts going down. Your bid is still here on Uniswap, but you can't pull it in time because it's too expensive to do this all day. But what ends up happening is somebody else pays you. They take your bid, right? And now yours gets basically moved down. So here you are. You got played like this 0 plus 0.3%. Right? This is out the tiny amount. But here's the thing: when they took your order, they only took your order because you are wrong in that moment. So the market is all the way down here. So let's say Ethereum went down like $500, but you still have a bid for Ethereum at $2,000. So yes, it's literally, that's what happens. Okay, we're using a big example here. So Ethereum on Binance, so Binance Ethereum is quote unquote the real market. It went down to $500 and you're leaving your bid here at $2,000. Now, what happens is all these sophisticated market maker algorithms, what they'll do is they'll instantly pull their order. They're like, hey, I don't want to give you my Ethereum at $2,000. I'm going to move it all the way down. But this action of moving it down costs too much gas and it requires manual, like surgical precision. But that's why these guys come in, they say, wait a minute, we can make a protocol that grabs feeds off Binance such that if you're liquidity providing, when there's a big erratic market move, we will pull your order down. So you don't have to give free money away to somebody. And what they end up doing is they reduce your impermanent loss. They make you more efficient. So do you see all of this possible with Chainlink? Now, if you don't have this at all, what ends up happening is you just have what we already do in Uniswap v2 and basic Uniswap v3 on Uniswap. So you can do it. We're now just making things more complex. So this is an immediate use case, right? And obviously, to get the data, they're paying in Link tokens. They got to buy Link, they got to pay Link, and they're paying for the service fee to ping the server every time. Now, this is just very elementary explanation of this. There's going to be more. For example, like just to blow your mind, there's NFT cards. There's things that change based off real world actions. So if a basketball player scores above his average for that week of basketball, his card will start flashing hot red. And if your card flashes hot red 3 times in a season, you basically get some like super special status, like you're playing an amazing year. And your NFT card will be worth a lot because it's so rare, because you had that card when it was a nobody, and then he like this player won, like, you know, maybe he won the championship or whatever it is, okay? So now I'm starting to expand your mindset with what these things are doing. But these things don't all exist yet. We're building them out right now. So that's the goal, Mr. Mikey and everybody else. The goal is to be long when no one is even thinking of this, when barely any of us even think about this, okay? What's going to happen most likely is if we do go up, there's probably going to be, maybe, who knows, maybe we go, I don't know, we go up, maybe we go up here, fake out, we go up higher, I don't know. But at some point, there will be euphoria. And the Link token, there will be revenue models, and the Link token will be actually definitely needed. It'll be like ingrained into everybody's mind, and the weak hands will start to buy Because they're like, oh, now that the token is needed, now I feel comfortable buying. But what you might find is that's actually the end. That's when you're getting dumped on by everybody. So it just happens in every single crypto, right? The best time to buy Ethereum when it didn't even have a proper ecosystem. It didn't have DeFi, had nothing. So this is what you have to think about going forward. This is why I take the risk. You can go buy anything yours. You didn't have to buy anything at all. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and the reasons I've done that and why it was easy to just filter out the rest of the coins. Thank you very much. Once again, friends, like, subscribe, press the bell button, or tell mom and dad we're going to make it. ChainLink up plus 20%. Hopefully there's more to come. I'll catch you in the next one.